I and the rest of the tourists trekked for about 3 hours, going through the hills, the slopes and the wetlands of the expansive jungles of Bwindi-Impenetrable National Park, that is from the southern end at Nkuringo Town Council to Buhoma. This cut the journey by about half, around 6 hours that would have been spent driving around the forest to get to this particular point. The southern sector of Bwindi is in Kisoro district and covers about 15 kilometers, crossing to the headquarters of the national park in Buhoma, Kanungu district. In the southern sector of Bwindi in Kisoro district, I talked to some of the beneficiaries of the revenue sharing program that was introduced by Uganda Wildlife Authority several years back to contribute to the livelihoods of families impacted by the tourism activities.
We always give out 20% of the entrance fee to the community, and that is what we call revenue sharing. Then $10 from each gorilla permit that we add on the 20% of the entrance fee to give back to the community who stay adjacent to the park.
The water tank at the home of Alphonse Bihoimona temporarily solved the problem of water scarcity, a resource the women and the children fetch from deep in the valleys in the mountainous Kigezi sub-region. 8 families depend on the water tank, which arrangement unfortunately has brought a misunderstanding. The district leadership and the communities decide on the projects to implement, but pessimism shrouds how much they can do this time with a nearly 70% drop in the revenue declared for 2019-20. In Nkuringo Town Council, a village would receive on average between 40 to 70 million shillings previously.
Lockdown, locked visitors, and here many people come here for mountain gorillas, and they couldn't come for trekking, so we expect very little money.
The revenue declared for disbursement to all communities at the border with national parks suffered a reduction of about 4 billion shillings. 9.3 billion shillings was declared in 2019-20, much less than the 13.9 billion shillings for the period ended 2018-19. The districts adjacent to the conservation areas in southwestern Uganda are affected by the reduction.
You're 1.2, but the previous was 4.5 billion. So you can see it's probably a deficit of about 3 billion, if you like.
It was occasioned by the drop in the number of tourists.
When the park was closed due to COVID, we were not earning revenue. And so we are still trying to, collect enough, and then we'll consult with the districts on when to share this money.
A slight shift is expected for the period 2021-22 as the numbers begin to grow to the previous heights of 1.8 million visitors received in 2018, although it is expected to take over a year. Jackson Onyango, NTV.